Friends, I welcome you to our next, already seventh news episode. In our last episode, we recorded the market crash, record outflows from exchanges, and the drop in the fear and greed index to extremely low levels. But today's market news is much more positive. We'll talk about the major movements of cryptocurrency by whales, as tracked by analysts, discuss crypto initiatives from the largest countries, and cover other news. Get comfortable. We're starting. At the end of last week, the market began to stabilize. By Saturday, the market capitalization had risen by 6.5%, with Bitcoin trading above $60,000 and Ethereum above $2,600. In just 24 hours, short positions worth $158 million were liquidated. Against this positive backdrop, the fear and greed index rose to 48, a neutral level. As we mentioned last time, the downturn benefited the big players. Analysts at FalconX agree with us. They report that large hedge funds were actively buying BTC during the recent dip. Furthermore, they believe that options traders are betting on Bitcoin rising to $100,000. While some were selling in fear, big players were buying. Over just 4 days, while the market was in the red, Tether moved about $1.3 billion USDT to CEX exchanges. Whales are expecting growth, and this seems obvious. The high expectations for Bitcoin's growth are further confirmed by the fact that long-term Bitcoin holders continue to accumulate coins at a record pace. They bought 404,448 Bitcoins worth $23 billion in just 1 month. And finally, let me give you the final argument in favor of the idea that those who have been in the market for a long time were not scared by the recent correction. On Tuesday, August 6th, at the height of the downturn, Binance CEO Richard Teng reported that the net daily inflow to the exchange was $1.2 billion, one of the largest net inflows to Binance in 2024. Additionally, on Monday, August 5th, the exchange also recorded one of the highest trading volumes since the beginning of the year. Now, it seems, no one has any doubts that the downturn, as usual, benefited the big players. I hope none of our viewers sold their cryptocurrency while the market was in the red, and perhaps even took advantage of such generous discounts. Well, let's move on to other news. Practically no episode goes by without discussing the ETF tool. Let me remind you that ETF stands for an exchange-traded fund. It's a fund that invests in one or several cryptocurrencies and then sells its shares on the exchange. This way, it provides clients with access to cryptocurrency investments without directly buying crypto. In the context of Bitcoin, ETFs give investors the opportunity to track its price movements without holding the cryptocurrency itself. Instead of navigating cryptocurrency exchanges and wallets on their own, investors can buy shares of a Bitcoin ETF through regular brokerage accounts. The convenience of access is expected to bridge the gap between the traditional financial and cryptocurrency markets. Recently, Ethereum ETFs were launched, and on the expectation of their approval by regulators, the market significantly rose. Now, there's increasing talk about a Solana ETF. Information has emerged that Brazil will launch a Solana ETF on its local stock exchange, the first product of its kind in Brazil and one of the first exchange-traded products, ETP, based on Solana in the world. Previously, there were reports that the financial giant Franklin Templeton plans to submit an application to launch a Solana ETF in the US. And now let's move on to government news. This time, it's positive. The team of U.S. presidential candidate Kamala Harris has formed a group called Crypto for Harris. Next week, the group plans to hold a meeting with billionaire Mark Cuban, Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci, and several members of the House of Representatives from the Democratic Party. Before this, an American entrepreneur and BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes stated that for BTC, it doesn't matter who becomes the U.S. president, Harris or Trump. Arthur also called the idea of creating a Bitcoin reserve unrealistic, even if Trump wins. The administration would more likely buy precious metals than the first cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency will grow. The path may be very winding, but in the end, we know where it's heading, he said. Great news is also coming from the other side of the world, from Russia. President Putin has signed a law that will allow the legalization of cryptocurrency mining in Russia starting in November. Legal entities and individual entrepreneurs registered in a special registry will be able to engage in mining. At the same time, regular individuals not in the registry will also be able to mine, as long as they do not exceed the government-set energy consumption limits. The president has also signed a law on foreign trade settlements and cryptocurrency exchange trading. While it was previously prohibited to use cryptocurrency for paying for goods and services in Russia, it will now be possible to use crypto in foreign trade settlements within an experimental framework. The process will be conducted in an experimental mode for now, but I'm sure that we will see more and more integration of cryptocurrency into everyday life in the future. As governments at the highest levels give the green light to crypto, commercial and state companies are not far behind. For example, London's Heathrow Airport conducted tests to integrate the Polkadot blockchain into airline operations. It turned out that airlines could save up to 7% on operating costs by implementing blockchain technologies. I love reading such news because they show how blockchain can improve the daily lives of hundreds of thousands of people around the world. It seems like the perfect time to move on to Battle Bulls news. Today, I want to lift the veil of mystery and announce that the crucial battle functionality, where you can compete against players from around the world in the arena, will be launching very soon. Additionally, the team recently translated the game into 4 new languages: German, Spanish, Russian, and Hindi. To change the interface language, open the Battle Bulls bot, go to the settings section in the upper right corner of the screen, and select one of the available languages. Enjoy the game, and we will continue working on expanding the list of available languages. And don't forget, the booster promo code for 1 million in-game euros has been extended. Activate the promo code and share the news with all your friends. A whole million of in-game euros is already waiting for you. Finally, I remind you, don't forget to claim your daily reward to receive in-game currency in your balance. Friends, thank you for being with us, and see you on our channel in exactly 1 week.